baby, we are back. We are live. Happy Friday. Welcome back to Bears Live. Appreciate y'all being here. Let me mute myself before that gets a little out of control. And Jerry's out there. What's up, Jerry? Yeah, Jerry. RIP to Miss Virginia McCaskey. Let me see if I can change something real quick. Give me a second here. Background. How do we background color gradient? Can we like no? Can we not do that? Can we just get all black? No. We're trying to change like the background of this thing. It's not working. Okay, whatever. Let's see. Okay, that worked. Can we like a darker color or something? Why is it not working? Oh, yeah. I tried. All right. But yeah, y'all. Yeah, it's been an interesting week for the Chicago Bears. Unfortunately, Virginia McCaskey did pass away yesterday at the age of 102. My prayers and condolences go out to her and her family and anybody who felt the loss. Like I mentioned in my short video yesterday, she had been the owner of the Chicago Bears since 1983 when she took over the team after her father, George Hollis, died. So you're talking about over 40 years of being a Bears owner and seeing the ups and the downs of the Chicago Bears for 40 years. And luckily for her, the last Bears game that she was alive to see was the Bears playing the Packers at Lambeau Field a few weeks ago, and the Bears beating the Packers in Lambeau on that last second field goal by Cairo Santos. And that is the last Bears game she saw. So she finally got to see us break the streak, beat the Packers, and she went out on a high note. So again, rest in peace, Virginia. Hopefully you are looking down upon all of us Bear fans and Bears Nation up there from above. And you will be missed. You will definitely be missed. What's up, Plank? Good to see you, man. Bear down. That's right. RIP Mama Bear. You know it. You know how we do. Erica, that's right. What's up, Erica? Rip Virginia. Absolutely. Rest in peace. But you all, man. Woo! There's a lot of Bear stuff going on. There's a lot of Bears stuff going on. You know, they make fun of us because they're like, hey, the Bears are always the kings of the offseason. This offseason is no different. There is so much news and stuff going on around the Bears this offseason, even though this is Super Bowl week. The Super Bowl is in 48 hours. It's right here, 48 hours or something around there. And there's all this Bears news. So where should we begin? Actually, you know what? Hold on. Let me make sure my sound is working properly and functioning properly. I don't know. Hopefully you all can hear it. I just want to make sure my sound is good to go because I want to play y'all a clip real quick. Then we can talk about the clip. First, I gotta make sure my sound is good to go. Should have had it queued up, but I always wait till I'm on the stream to like do things correctly like a dum-dum. But whatever, it is what it is. All right. Okay. So that's cool. Let me go find the clip because boy. Ooh, doggy. I cannot believe what's going on here. With all the Bears news this week. But we gotta talk about Ashton Jeanty, you all. We gotta talk about Ashton Jeanty. Because Ashton Jeanty is at the Super Bowl, at least he's on Radio Row, and he made a comment that really perked up a lot of ears in Bears Nation. So we're going to take a look at the dude, Ashton Jeanty. We're going to watch the clip. Let me know if y'all can hear the clip or not. Y'all should be able to hear it, hopefully, once I unmute it. And we'll see what happens here. But let's listen to this clip real quick from Ashton Jeanty.
That's not the Boise State career. This is
the
2024 season. Over 2,600 rushing yards. He got it done in the receiving game.
Here doing all these interviews, you know, making a name for myself. So it's been a great experience.
Right.
Let me know if y'all can hear that.
A lot of people, we all expect you to go somewhere in that first round. A couple years ago, Jahmyr Gibbs was he was taken 12th overall by the Lions. They expected him to go later in the first round. How shocked would you be if you went in the top 10?
I think I would be a little shocked. I mean, just, you know, obviously value has been brought back to running backs, but
yes, sir.
You know, still then it's hard to, you know, get drafted that high as a running back. But you know, there's a couple different teams that I think, you know, would want me, and, you know, one of them might trade up or those Chicago Bears sitting pretty nice at 10.
Hey, y'all hear that, Chicago Bears?
I think that might be a nice destination as well. But
Ooh, did y'all hear that? I hope y'all heard that. Did y'all hear that, man? Did y'all hear what that man just said? Did you hear what that man just said? For those of y'all that didn't hear what that man just said, he just literally said out of his own mouth, unprovoked, that the Chicago Bears are sitting pretty nice at number 10, and he would not mind being drafted by the Chicago Bears. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Oh, boy. Let's talk about this for a minute, because there's a lot of conversations happening around Ashton Jeanty and the Chicago Bears. So let's dig into this right here. So, obviously, before we get into anything Ashton Jeanty, obviously, the Bears' number one priority, as I've said many times on the channel, is fixing the offensive line. Obviously, okay? Everybody knows that. I don't think there's any disagreement there. We all know that the Bears need to fix the offensive line first and foremost. But as I recently made a video about, and I'm going to reiterate here on the live stream, there is a path, in my opinion, to the Chicago Bears drafting Ashton Jeanty at number 10. There are things that will have to happen in order for that to become a possibility. And if those things do not happen, then there is no world where you can be okay drafting Ashton Jeanty at 10. But if the Bears do sign a Trey Smith in free agency, do sign a Drew Dahlman in free agency, or maybe there's a couple of other offensive linemen that we're not talking about as much that the Bears can sign in free agency. If the Bears sign at least 2 offensive linemen in free agency, then I have no problem with them drafting Ashton Jeanty. Here's the other thing, right? The Bears have 8 draft picks in this upcoming draft right now. Now, we know that sometimes Ryan Post loves to trade down, so we could add picks, so we might end up with more than 8. But right now, before things get started in April, we have 8 draft picks. Even if, and this is a big if, even if the Bears draft Ashton Jeanty at 10, we have 7 more draft picks to address the offensive line. So I don't understand why people keep acting like if we draft Jeanty at 10, the world is going to end. Like, we can't do anything else after we draft Ashton Jeanty at 10. No. We still have pick number 39, pick number 41, pick number 72, and then 147, and then so on and so forth. We have 4 picks in the top 100. So we still have plenty of draft capital. Even now, I'm not even talking about if we don't do anything in free agency, right? Let's just pretend. And again, I'm not for this, but let's just pretend we don't even address the line in free agency, right? Even if we pick Jeanty at 10 without addressing the line of free agency, you got pick 39 and 41 to address the line. It's not like we can't address the line if we draft Ashton Jeanty at 10. Now, obviously, you want to address the line first because they are the priority again, because I'm not arguing that. But there is a world where the Bears can both draft Ashton Jeanty and address the offensive line. Now, obviously, the big thing that you all might counter with is Vipe. The Bears have other needs outside of the offensive line. And that is true because we need defensive linemen, we need running back, and we probably need an additional safety too because we don't know about the health of Jaquan Brisker. So the Bears got a bunch of needs that they need to address. But you cannot dismiss the possibility of drafting the absolute best running back in the draft at 10 when running back is a need. Like, clearly the Bears need a running back. Now, do they need it as much as offensive line? Of course not. But running back is a need because DeAndre Swift, as we saw last year, is not it. He's okay-ish, but we can do better. And Roschon Johnson, no, fam. No, we can do better. So running back is a need. Even if we don't draft Ashton Jeanty, we are going to draft the running back in this draft. Probably with pick 39 or 41. I don't know. But the biggest argument besides needing to address the O-line as it relates to drafting Ashton Jeanty is that this running back class is so good and so deep that you don't really need to go running back at 10 when there will be running backs available throughout the entire draft. Even up until round 5 and 6, there'll be a good running back available. So that's the biggest argument besides the offensive line argument. But we'll see what happens, yo. But again, like I said in the beginning of the stream, If we sign 2 linemen in free agency, I can see us drafting Ashton Jeanty at 10. But if we don't, then I can't see that. And even if we do sign linemen in free agency, I would not be surprised if we still draft another lineman at 10 anyway. Or maybe we'll draft defensive back, or not defensive back. We'll draft a defensive lineman at 10. Because again, linemen it's still a need, whether it be offensive or defensive lineman. It's still a need at 10. So I don't know. The thing that I need you all to understand is that you should not just 100% dismiss Ashton Jeanty at 10. Because Ben Johnson just came from a team that drafted a running back at 12. And before you say, Vipe, they already had their offensive line in place, blah, blah, blah. Like I said, if the Bears address line in free agency, that opens up the possibility of the Bears drafting Jeanty at 10. So don't dismiss it. But again, you don't really need to do that per se when you have so much running back talent in this draft. You don't need Jeanty at 10. But don't put it out. Don't act like it can't happen, because it could definitely happen. Because as good as these running backs are, none of them are Ashton Jeanty. It's Ashton Jeanty and it's everybody else. You can't even see my hand. They're that low. It's that much of a gap. It's Ashton Jeanty, gap, and then everybody else, okay? So don't act like taking a generational running back at 10 is such a poo-poo bad move. No, it's not. He'll be the best running back the Bears have had since... Man, I can't even remember, like, if we draft Ashton Jeanty, he will literally be the best running back the Chicago Bears have had since God. I don't even remember any quality running back we've had in my lifetime. Let me see. We had Anthony Thomas, but he was meh. Rashawn Salam was kind of meh. I mean, obviously they're Peyton and Sears. I don't know if I want to go back that far, but let's just say that if the Bears draft Ashton Jeanty, he will be the best running back that the Bears have had in over a decade. Easily. Bar none. So we'll see what happens with that. But let me go back to the chat here. All right, Jerry said, hey, I applaud you for telling them Raider fans like it is. Look who we have and look who they don't. Oh, bro. Bro, I tried to tell them. They want to come into my comments to make fun of me and the way I talk and talk about how I'm stupid and this, that, and the other. All I did was come at them with logic, man. I tried to logically explain to them why it didn't make much sense for Ben Johnson to go to the Raiders, but they were not trying to hear it. So now they got to eat that Pete Carroll crow. They got to eat that Pete Carroll crow. Enjoy that Pete Carroll crow. I did. I tried to warn. I tried to, bro. I really did. I tried to warn them, but they were hard-headed, bro. They were hard-headed. All right, Eric said, please do not draft Jeanty or any running back at 10. I mean, obviously, I think that's the sentiment among the Bears fan base that we don't want. I mean, actually, again, if we sign Trey Smith and Drew Dalman in free agency, go get Ashton Jeanty. Okay, I'm not gonna be bad at it. Go get Ashton Jeanty. But that is only if we sign Trey Smith and Drew Dalman in free agency first. If we sign those two in free agency, I have no problem with them getting Jeanty at 10. Because Jeanty is a generational running back. He might not be as good as Saquon Barkley, but he's pretty damn close, okay? That dude is going to be a beast at the next level, and I am not mad at the possibility of him being in a Bears uniform, but I can also acknowledge that we have bigger needs than running back at 10. But again, if we do address the O-line in free agency, all bets are off, bro. All bets are off. Fit Blonde Tech, what's up? She said, happy Friday, and will Jeanty actually be at pick 10? That's a question. That is a question. He might get drafted before pick 10. I highly doubt it, though, because, again, as good as he is, the NFL, by and large, does not value running back in that higher position. Like, a top 10 draft pick is a premium draft spot, and the NFL usually does not value running back in top 10 in the draft. I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs went 12th recently. And I think Bijan Robinson was the last running back to go to top 10. I think he went like 8 to the Falcons, I think 8 or 9. So I think Bijan Robinson, if I'm not mistaken, I think Bijan Robinson was the last running back that went top 10, and that was like, 3 or 4 years ago? But historically, or at least recently, the NFL does not value running back that much to draft them in top 10, unless you have to be an exceptional running back. And again, Ashton Jeanty is an exceptional running back. So he could go top 10, and he could go to the Bears if things happen in free agency. So I'm going to need you all to understand that this could happen. It's unlikely, but it could happen. Not to mention the fact that he was seen hanging out with Caleb Williams. And we know how that goes, bro. The last guy that was seen hanging out with Caleb Williams before the draft was Roma Dunze. And remind me again, which uniform does Roma Dunze wear professionally, y'all? Which uniform does Roma Dunze wear professionally? Oh, that's right. It's the Chicago Bears uniform. No, I'm not saying that the Bears are going to draft Ashton Jeanty. I'm just saying don't act like it can't happen because it can, but it probably won't. All right, let me keep going here. Jerry says we are not taking a running back at 10. We need O-line. Again, I agree. I'm not arguing that. I completely agree with you, Jerry. But if we sign 2 linemen in free agency, then that opens up the possibility of drafting a running back at 10. All right, Erica says if we address the O-line in free agency and either get Garrett or get, all right, we're going to talk about that later, get Garrett or edge in free agency, then yes, we can draft running back at 10. We're not getting Mal Garrett. I'll talk more about that later. I got a laundry list of things I want to talk about today. That's definitely on the list, but we're not going to talk about that right now. But we're not getting Mal Garrett. Y'all can put that out of your mind. It ain't happening. But I'll get into that later. All right. Plankton, yes, we can hear you. Okay, cool. You heard me. That's good. Okay. Okay. All right. So Erica brings up a couple of other running backs that we could draft later on. Caleb Johnson from Iowa or Omarion Hampton from North Carolina. Both are good quality backs. I would probably go Caleb over Omarion, but they're both going to be good and definitely are both options in round 2 if we choose to go that route, or even maybe even later if they're available later on. I don't know. But again, this is a draft where running back is going to be available. Good quality running back will be available well into the later rounds of the draft. So this is why that might be the biggest argument against drafting Jeanty at 10. The quality of running back in this draft is the best it's been in a long, long time. So you do not have to go for a running back at 10 when the quality is as good as it is. Like, it's so damn good. It's kind of crazy how good it is. All right, Bear Junk 55. I'd rather go defensive line or offensive line running back in the luxury pick. I agree. And I think that's going to be the pick. It's going to be O-line or D-line. I don't know if y'all been looking at the Senior Bowl, but that dude Mike Green from Marshall, oh boy. If we can get Mike Green from Marshall in a Bears uniform, oh my God. Oh man. Oh Lord. We have not had an edge rusher in a Bears uniform like Mike Green since Khalil Mack? Oh man. That will be something special. So yeah. There's definitely a possibility of going D-line at 10. And I would not be mad if Mike Green was the choice. I would not be mad because Mike Green is going to be he's going to be a problem at the next level. That dude's going to be a problem, fam. Woo, let's go. Plankton, I spent some money on some rookie cards. Okay. And Bear Junkies reminded me of Matt Forte, Thomas Jones. Yeah, Matt Forte, Thomas Jones, definitely quality Bears running back that we've had in the past. I would say Jeanty is probably better than both of them. Okay. Jeanty's better than both of them. Easily. But they are quality running backs in their own right for sure. Okay, let me keep going down here. I'll talk to you. Okay. Bear Junk says, hopefully this will be the last for a while. Chris Faulkner kept posing it for me, so I had to change. Oh Lord. Okay, I don't know what's going on there. Let me keep going down here. Let's see. All right. So next up on my topic list here. All right, I talked about line. I talked about D-line. All right, I talked about that. Oh, let's talk about Eddie George. Oh, man. Speaking of running back, we got to have a quick chat about Eddie George. So, for those of y'all who are not familiar, Eddie George was a former NFL player. He played for the Titans. The Oilers. He played for the Oilers and then the Titans when they were the Titans and whatnot. He graduated from Ohio State, I believe. He is now the head coach at, Tennessee State or whatever he is. I don't know. But he recently met with the Bears because he was one of their head coaching interviews, right? So Eddie George met with the Bears to be interviewed to become head coach. And he was on a radio show doing an interview recently. And I don't know why he said this, but he gave away the tea, or people think that he gave away the tea, right? So Eddie George, in a recent radio interview, said that, actually, you know what? Actually, let me go to the Twitter real quick. Let me see if I can find a clip for y'all. Y'all can we can listen to this together because I don't even understand why he did this. But we can discuss this and then go from there. If I can find a clip on Twitter. All right, okay. All right, let's see. Okay. All right, okay. Let's listen to Eddie George for a minute here. Talk about his meeting with the Bears and what the Bears are looking at as far as their draft board. I don't know why he said this out loud, but he did. All right, so here's Eddie George talking about the Bears draft board, and let's go.
there any sort of insight on Quinshon Judkins and Trevion Henderson and what they can provide an NFL team that drafts them?
I can say that when I interviewed with the Bears at the head coaching position up there, we talked about personnel, we talked about needs, and his name was definitely on that board. I'm a big fan of Quinshon Judkins and Trevion
Why would you
Henderson.
say that?
I think they both have matured into quality backs. I'm glad to see that they had opportunities to run the football. But once they were involved both in the passing game, pass blocking, Quinshon Judkins is a grown man. Trevion Henderson on the edges in terms of the passing game, being a receiver out the backfield is amazing. Trevion showed that he can not only have breakaway speed, but he can hit it between the tackles. And he has answers for if a defense makes him check his feet, he can bounce to the second hole and find it. Quinshon, if a guy's unblocked, he's going to run through that first guy. He's going to make you miss with power or speed. I think Quinshon is a 1,500.
All right, there's music getting clipped. I need to stop before I get copyright for this music. But I don't know why the hell he would say out loud that the Bears have Quinshon Judkins and Trevion Henderson on their board. Now, those are both of the running back from Ohio State. I would love either one of them in the Bears uniform. I'm leaning more toward Trevion Henderson because that dude's a burner. He has absolute speed and he's a threat to go long and score anytime he touches the ball. But why in the hell, if you're Eddie George, would you come out there out loud and say that the Bears are looking at Quinshon Judkins and Trevion Henderson on their draft board? That is crazy to me. Like, why would you say that? Why would you say that out loud? Like, what is wrong with you? Now, here's the other thing, though, right? Here's the other thing, right? Eddie George just came out publicly and said that the Bears are looking at running back in the draft. Ashton Jeanty just came out publicly and said that he wants to go to the Chicago Bears at 10. So what happened between Eddie George and Ashton Jeanty actually puts the Bears in a very favorable position in the draft, in my opinion. And you're like, Viper, what do you mean? How did that put the Bears in a favorable position? Hear me out. Now the people know that the Bears are looking to draft a running back, right? And Ashton Jeanty has publicly stated that he would like to go to the Bears at 10. So now the entire league knows that there's a possibility that the Bears might draft Jeanty at 10. So now that the league knows that the Bears might draft Ashton Jeanty at 10, if another team really, really wants him and he's at the top of their draft board, they know that they will have to trade up to either with the Bears to get him, or they have to trade up over the Bears to draft him ahead of the Bears. Either one puts the Bears in a favorable position, especially if they don't want Ashton Jeanty. And a lot of y'all in the chat don't want Ashton Jeanty at 10. Because if a team jumps the Bears to get him, that means that's one less obstacle in the way of who the Bears truly want at 10. Or if a team is willing to trade up with the Bears, that means the Bears can trade down and accumulate draft capital and still get whoever they want at the number that they trade down to. So this ultimately, I believe, will work out in the Bears' favor with this information being out there. Although I wish Eddie George wouldn't have said it so publicly, but I think this helps the Bears more than it hurts them because people now know that the Bears are serious about drafting a running back. But they don't know when the Bears are going to draft the running back. And because they don't know when, they may have to jump the Bears to draft Jeanty because the Bears are a legitimate threat to draft him. You can't, again, like I told you all, you can't completely dismiss the possibility of the Bears drafting Jeanty. And because now the other teams know that, they know that if they want Jeanty, let's say the Cowboys, right? Because the Cowboys pick at 12. So the Bears pick at 10, the Cowboys pick at 12. If the Cowboys really want Ashton Jeanty, they're either going to have to trade up with the Bears or trade up to jump the Bears to get Ashton Jeanty. And that puts the Bears in a better position. Period. So this is not a bad thing. So on the surface, it looks like Eddie George is a snitch. But if you look at this logically, and y'all know what I do, I try to look at things logically, this ultimately will end up working out for the Bears if a trade down were to happen. Or if somebody jumped them to get Ashton Jeanty, that is less competition for the Bears to draft who they ultimately want at 10. So this is going to work out for the Bears either way. So I'm cool. Let's go. Either way, fine by me. Let's see. Erica says, that was before BJ got hired, though, so who knows if the draft board changed or not. I don't know if it's going to change. I mean, they're still going to be on the draft board regardless. I don't think Ben Johnson getting hired is going to change that. Erica, what I would argue is that Ben Johnson has already come out and publicly stated that he wants to upgrade the running back spot. So the Bears are drafting a running back. We know that for a fact. And Ben Johnson values running the ball. Like it's his thing. Like, as much as he throws the ball around and does all these trick plays, the reason why all that works is because Ben Johnson was able to run the ball in Detroit. So we know that he wants a quality running back, or back, plural. So they're drafting a running back. So that's not going to change with him being the head coach. The board is not going to change. If anything, running back will be prioritized higher because Ben Johnson is the coach. So, again, Quinton Junkins is on the radar. Travion Henderson's on the radar. Ashton Jeanty is definitely on the radar. This will help the Bears get who they want ultimately anyway. So this is going to work out in our favor. This is good stuff. And yes, to Bears junkie point, Henderson pass blocking is definitely elite. It is just major. I think he's going to be a 3-down back. He is a complete running back. He can run the ball, he can catch the ball, and he can block, like Bears junkie just said. So getting Travion Henderson is definitely not a bad thing, in my opinion. And I think Quinton Junkins is the same. He can do all this stuff as well. So either one is fine by me. So that's going to be legit. He says, I like your thinking. Fleet the Cowboys on a trade for Jeanty. It's possible because we know they want to run him back. So if they really want Ashton Jeanty, then they're going to have to come out. They're going to have to jump the Bears. They got to jump the Bears because the Bears could legit draft him. So if they really want Jeanty, they better trade up with the Bears or trade up to jump the Bears. They better make it happen. So with that being said, let me move on to my next topic. Okay. All right. Let's talk about Trey Smith. So, as I talked about earlier a little bit, Trey Smith is a guard for the Kansas City Chiefs. He's about to play in the Super Bowl. And there's a lot of talk about him potentially hitting free agency next month. Now, the big question is around the money that Trey Smith is going to command if he hits free agency. A lot of people are a lot of people think that he's going to command north of $20 million a year if he hits free agency. He's going to reset the guard market and be the highest paid guard in the league. And the question around the Bears is, should the Bears pay that much for a guard? Hell yeah. Are we kidding with this? What type of question is this? Are you serious right now? Absolutely, you pay Trey Smith whatever he wants. I don't give a damn. We watched Caleb Williams get sacked 68 times last year. And we're really asking a question? We're actually having this conversation? Like, it's one thing not to want Ashton Jeanty at 10. I get all that. But actually entertaining the fact that, do we want to pay the best guard in football the money that he's owed to protect your franchise quarterback? Oh, hell no. Absolutely, we want Trey Smith, and we will pay him whatever he wants. This is not a question to me. As Bear Junkie just said, it's not a question, fam. You pay that man what he wants. You give him the bag, fam. It's a couple of bags. Right, give him the bag. Because Trey Smith is 25 years old, which means if you pay him and he works out, you're good at right guard for 10 years plus, possibly. 10 years minimum. Because guards stay in the league for a long time. So if you can get that right guard spot locked in for 5-10 years, you pay that man. Now you got to deal with the center and then the left guard, which the Bears will get into hopefully with other draft picks or whatever the case may be. But if you have a chance to go land a Trey Smith, I don't give a damn what it takes, Ryan Poles. You pay that man. Pay him immediately. Don't even think about it. If he hit free agency, you better go tamper with him, acquire him. I don't care what you got to do, Ryan Poles. You go get Trey Smith. You go get that man, period. All right, make sure I don't keep up with Erica's post. Let's draft Mike Green at 10. Oh, hell yeah. Bro. Yes, Erica, yes. Mike Green at 10, I will not be mad. I'm just wondering if he's going to get to 10 because he's rising fastly up the draft stocks. I feel like if Mike Green goes to the combine and runs a 4.3, which I don't know if he will, but if he goes to the combine and runs 4.3, he's not getting the 10. he's not getting the pick 10. I can already tell you that because they love 40 times to the draft. And if Mike Green runs a 4.3 at the draft, at the combine, he ain't getting a 10. But if he gets to 10, I think we should seriously consider drafting him because he's going to be a game wrecker. That dude is legit. She also says, yes, pay him whatever. Money should not be an issue. We have the salary cap to do it. Yes. That's the other thing. This is why you have the salary cap that you have. So you can go out and sign the big-time agents like a Trey Smith and a Drew Dahlman The Bears have more than enough salary cap to sign both of them. This is not a question to me. Caleb Williams is the priority. Protecting Caleb Williams is the priority. And because of that, you go out in free agency and you sign the best lineman that you can sign to protect your investment in Caleb Williams. Like, I don't ever want to see Caleb Williams getting sacked 68 times again, ever. Ever. It should never happen again. It should literally never happen again. And the Bears have the resources to make sure it never happens again. So between free agency and the draft, you make sure you bolster that offensive line so Caleb Williams never have to even think about getting sacked 60 plus times again in his career. It should not happen, period. No. I am all aboard the pay Trey Smith train, whatever it costs. Pay that man and don't even think about it. All right. Keeping it moving here. Blah, 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 blah. I know CHEO going live right now, so I'm probably going to lose some people, but it's cool, whatever. Keenan Allen and Cooper Kupp. So yesterday, I just made a video talking about whether or not the Bears should bring back Keenan Allen. No, you can't bring back Keenan Allen. And why the hell are we talking about Cooper Kupp? It's the same situation. It's Keenan Allen all over again. Cooper Kupp is 32, past his prime, and yet people are talking, DJ Moore talking about how it would be good to bring him in. Like, I could get it. I could understand it from a DJ Moore perspective, but from a Bear perspective, hell no. We're not bringing in no Cooper Kupp, and we're not bringing back Keenan Allen. They are old, past their prime, and they cost too much. They are both going to command top dollar. And with the salary cap that we have and the other needs on the team that we have, we are not in a position to pay either one of them for the production that we're going to get out of them. It ain't happening, bro. It's not happening. No. So I'm sorry for those of y'all. I know Keenan Allen and Caleb Williams' favorite player. I get all that. But we're not bringing back Keenan Allen, not for the money that he's going to want. Like I said in my video yesterday, he's probably going to be looking at least $17 million a year that he wants. At least. Absolutely not. And Cooper Kupp is not going to be that far behind. Absolutely not. For receiver, all we got to do is go in the draft and get a receiver in the 5th, 6th round or whatever. Get a burner. That's the other thing. Keenan Allen, Cooper Kupp is not threatening anybody on defense. I want receivers out there that can threaten the defense. Take the top off. Run by people. We can do that in the draft, and it'll be a lot more cost efficient than signing a Cooper Kupp or a Keenan Allen. So buy Keenan, no Cooper, no thank you. I don't want him. No. Erica says, no to Coop. I'd rather have Keenan. I mean, maybe, but I don't want any of them. I don't want either of them. Nope. I'm not interested. No, thank you. Bro, Ski, what's up, bro? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Appreciate you jumping in, my guy. Hopefully you're doing well. Let's see. Bear Junkie said, Poles has been an elite GM when it comes to the Bear cap. He has. One of the better things he's done over his tenure is protect the cap. But now he needs to start spending some of that money that he's been stocking up there. So it's time to start spending money, my guy. All right, Brokey said, sign Trey Smith and Drew Dobbin and draft a LT and OG, and boom. Yeah, absolutely. Even if we sign linemen, we still need to draft a couple in the draft. I agree. I definitely agree with that. He said, we can then draft a DT and a DE as well. Upgrades over the D-line. Got to do it. You have to. We need somebody opposite Montez Sweat for sure. We need to make that happen. For sure. All right, and then Bear Junkie says, I'd rather just use commit more. We definitely need to do that. We definitely need to do that for sure. All right, which brings me to Myles Garrett. No. Actually, Myles Garrett and Trey Hendrickson, no. Again, it's the same thing. Well, it's not the same thing, but it's a similar thing to Keenan Allen, right? Myles Garrett is probably one of the best, if not the best defensive player in the league. But he's going to be 30 years old come the season. And he's going to want like $30 million a year ultimately when it comes time to renew his contract. And before you even get to the part where you have to renew his contract, he's owed $19 million this year and then $25 million next year. Absolutely not. You can't do it. If you put him on the line with Montez Sweat, that is $50 million a year on your defensive line. Hell no. Absolutely not. Not when you can go draft somebody. No. Not to mention, if you go get it, Myles Garrett, you're going to have to give up premium draft capital to get Myles Garrett. They're not going to accept anything less than 2 firsts. Absolutely not. Hell no. Hell no. Absolutely not. 2 firsts for Myles Garrett in year 30? No. No. Not to mention having to pay him probably $30 million a year when his contract comes up for renewal? No. It's not smart business. Trey Hendrickson, no. He's going to be 29, 32. No. I'm not trading for these dudes. It is time for the Chicago Bears to start drafting these guys instead of trading for them. Our coaching staff is elite, which I'll get into a little bit later, but our coaching staff is elite. And one of the better things about our coaching staff that we've assembled, they are developers of talent. So we can go draft some people and actually develop our own Myles Garrett, our own Trey Hendrickson, instead of trading and trying to pay these dudes. No, I'm not for it. I'm not here for it, bro. I'm not here for it. But if you all feel differently, feel free to let me know in the chat. I'm not here for it. No, thank you. All right, Broken says, our draft Tyler Warren over Gentry at 10 if the Bears are intent on getting Caleb another weapon with that pick. However, I'm drafting LT or DT there, especially hopefully LT. Bro, really, Tyler Warren over Gentry? You out of your mind? Nah, fam. No, give me Gentry. If you're gonna choose between Tyler Warren and Gentry, I'll take Gentry all day. not doing that. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. All right, Eric wants to know my thoughts on Josh Sweat. I mean, he's all right. It depends on how much money he's gonna want in free agency. I'm not really of the mindset of paying big time money for a defensive line free agent. I'm just not. Because we've seen how that worked out with Montez Sweat, even though he wasn't a free agent, we traded for him, but I'm just not. I'm not. I like to say whatever big time money we should fit, it should be on the offensive line, not the defensive line. I'm not saying we can't sign him, but not for big time money. No, thank you. I'm not interested in that. All the money, the big time money should go to Trey Smith and Drew Dalman. Give them the big time money because, again, we need to improve on offense. I'm of the mindset that offense is more important than defense. And I'm not saying that we don't have needs on defense, but the money should go towards the offense because this team in the past has spent way too much money on defense and it hasn't really gotten us anywhere. So, in my opinion, it's time to spend big money on offense and the defense can be neglected a little bit or it can be drafted. Spend on offense, draft on defense. Damn it. That's how I feel. All right. Broken says, I'd rather have the freak Big Ten player over a Mountain West Conference running back. Yeah, no. I get what you're saying, but that Mountain West running back is a generational running back talent. He's going to run over anybody regardless. I don't care what conference that you're in. That dude, that same Mountain West running back was running over Big Ten players. So it ain't mattering, bro. Ashton Gentry is he's a generational back. It don't matter what conference he's playing in. That dude's elite, period. All right, well, what's next on my list here? Let me go down here. Okay. The Ben Johnson coaching staff. Oh, my God, you all. I don't know if y'all been paying attention, but the coaching staff has been, let me see if I can find the people that we have so far. I mean, the people that he assigned to his coaching staff have been absolutely elite. I mean, we got Dennis Allen at defensive coordinator. We got Antoine Randall L at wide receiver coach. We got Al Harris as secondary coach. Are you kidding me right now? Isn't crazy? Just look at these people, y'all. Just look at this. Just look. Me see if I can make this bigger. Let's look at this, y'all. I mean, it's crazy. So you got Antoine Randall L. You got Declan Doyle, who we still don't know much about, but I think he's going to be a film nerd more than anything. Press Taylor. I know a lot of people kind of overreacting about that one, but I don't really care because he's the passing game coordinator. What is he going to do? We don't have a running game coordinator, but we do have a running back coach and Eric Bieniemy, fam. We got Eric Bieniemy, who had head coaching talk for a while. We got him at running back coach. Are you kidding me right now? JT Parrott, who's an up-and-coming coach. We got him at QB coach. That's pretty cool. We still keeping our tight end coach, Jim Gray. He's decent. And Dan Rouchard, one of the best O-line coaches in football, is now our O-line coach. Oh, my, bro. Look at that offensive coaching staff. And then look at the defensive coaching staff. Dennis Allen, again, a defensive coordinator. Jeremy Garrett, he's okay-ish as defensive line coach. But Bill Johnson is a defensive line coach legend. So he's going to be able to help Jeremy Garrett with that defensive line coaching for sure. Like, just absolute legend in Bill Johnson. And then Richard Smith, I don't know too much about him, but I just find it hilarious that we fired his son and hired his daddy. I just find that hilarious and say, oh, but this is where we are. And then passing game coordinator Al Harris, DB coach. I mean, Al Harris is a superstar. He is not going to be on our coaching staff for long. I give it 2 years, he'll be gone. He's going to be a defensive coordinator. Probably next year, he's going to be gone. We might have Al Harris for 1 year. He's going to be gone. But that dude's a superstar. And then we just hired Cannon Matthews as nickel coach. And apparently he was on the staff with Al Harris. So we have absolute superstars on our coaching staff. I mean, the player development is going to be unreal. And I think that's the one thing that the Chicago Bears have been lacking for a long time is player development. And now we have a coaching staff in place that is going to emphasize player development. Absolutely unheard of. I love it. I love it. I could not love it more. Thank you very much, Ben Johnson. Let's go. Let's go. All right, Brokey night. Penn State, F. Gency up when they played. 2 fumbles in the first half. It took 30 carries to get 100 yards. I mean, he still got 100 yards, bro. But yeah, again, I mean, but what did he do against Oregon? He scored 3 touchdowns against Oregon, bro. So Penn State defending the lead. So, like I told you a week ago, I'm not going to poo-poo him on one game against Penn State when the dude spent the entire season wrecking the wrecking college football, which included Oregon, by the way. Wrecked Oregon, too. So let's not act like one game's going to completely tarnish his legacy. Get out of here, man. Stop playing. He says, we'll see if Ben Johnson can become a legit head coach and not just another OC. Yo, I don't think Ben Johnson going to be another OC. Yo, Ben Johnson has put an elite coaching staff in place. So a lot of things that he might lack as a head coach will be covered up by the rest of the people that he put in place, like Dennis Allen, Al Harris, Dan Rochard, Antoine Randall. Are you, bro, like, look at that, bro. Look at this again. Let me just show y'all this again. Look at this. Look at the coaching staff. Look at this stuff. Look at all that. Are you kidding me? Look at that. Like, bro, Eric Bieniemy is on our coaching staff. Super Bowl winning coach Eric Bieniemy. Dan Rochard, offensive line coach legend. Antoine Randall. What are we, bro? Stop it. Stop it. Just stop it. Oh, and not to mention, before I get out of here, not to mention, next season is going to be an absolute movie. Virginia McCaskey is in heaven now, y'all, which means she's going to be looking down at the Bears. And I'm pretty sure we're going to have like a patch or a decal on a jersey commemorating her memory. So we're going to be playing in the memory of Virginia McCaskey next year. Bro, next season is going to be a damn movie. Like, I fully expect the Chicago Bears to win the NFC North and go to the playoff next year. Fully expect it. Like, that's my expectation. Because of the video I just did about the recent history of first-time head coaches in the NFC North and how they all won the division in their first year. All of them except Dan Campbell, but he wasn't on the mind. He wasn't on the playing field of a Kevin O'Connell or a Matt LaFleur or a Ben Johnson. But all of the offensive head coaches that were first-time head coaches in the NFC North won the division in year one. So between that and the coaching staff that we have assembled, I fully expect the Bears to win the North next year. I mean, we saw how they did in the playoffs, right? The NFC North is wide open. Wide open. And I expect the Bears to win the North next year. Especially now that we got Virginia looking down upon us. Oh, bro. Next year is going to be a movie. I cannot wait. Eric is our head coach. BJ won Assistant Coach Award last night. Twice. He won the AP Assistant Coach of the Year and he won the Pro Football Writers of America Assistant Coach of the Year Award too. Won it 2 fronts. So yeah, we got one of the best up-and-coming coaches in the world coaching our Bears next year. And again, it is going to be an absolute movie, and I'm here for it. It's going to be great, y'all. It's going to be amazing. If y'all find value in the content and you want to help support your boy, please consider donating. You do have the option to Super Chat now. Although it would be better for me if you were to donate via PayPal. I just put the link in the chat there. You're not required to donate at all, but any support will be greatly appreciated, no matter how big or how small. Love that you all rock with me every time I go live here on Fridays. And again, if you guys want to show a little support for your boy financially, there is your options. But yeah, I appreciate y'all just showing up, man. It's always cool chatting with y'all and talking Bears. I love that y'all show up every time I go live and we can have a talk about it, whether we agree or disagree. I just love y'all being here. So thank you for that. Erica says, we need to win the Super Bowl. We need to win the Super Bowl in the next 2 to 3 years for Virginia. I think it's possible. I think it's definitely possible to win it in the next 2 or 3 years. Like I said, the NFC North next year is wide open. People think that the Bears are this far behind. I don't think so. If we throw up the offensive line, I don't think we're that far behind. We got the quarterback. We got a defense. We just need the defensive and offensive line to be improved. And once that happens, the sky's the limit. So if we sign Trey Smith and Dalman in free agency, and then we go draft a couple of studs on the line, and then we go draft some defensive studs, or sign them in free agency as well, bro, good, look out. Look the hell out. The Chicago Bears are going to be on the prowl, fam. We going to be on the prowl. So look out for the Bears. We going to be on the prowl. And I think next year we're winning the North. I'm not going to say we're going to win the Super Bowl, but we are winning the North next year. I put that at an 80% chance of that happening next year. We're winning the North. We are winning the North next year. I give it an 80% chance of happening. But let me know. What percentage do you guys give us of winning in the North next year? Let me know in the chat. Let me know. But on that note, I'm going to let you guys go. Appreciate y'all being here. Thank you for dropping in every Friday to hang with your boy. And again, please consider donating. The link is there at the bottom of the chat. It's also in the description if you guys want to donate. Super chats are open for the channel now since the channel is monetized via fan funding. So if you want to super chat, that option's there too. But either way, thank you guys. Love y'all. And as always, bear down.